Yo guys, welcome back to another video. Oh wait, another friend request. Number 1 Capablanca fan. Okie dokie. You guys know what time it is, it's time to play another chess game. And I'm playing against moving my pawns from America. Okay, so he starts off with e4. And I'm just gonna respond with e5. And he immediately moves his queen out. So what I'm seeing is he's attacking my pawn. And I know almost for sure that he's gonna play his bishop here next move. But I'm just going to defend my pawn. And guys, this is exactly what I said. He's trying the scholar's mate. So he thinks I don't see that he's trying to mate me. But now I can just push this pawn and he has to move his queen. So he moves his queen to this square. But he still is looking at this pawn. But I won't allow it because I will just move my knight right here. And now he's not able to checkmate me. The normal move people would play after this is knight here to attack the queen. So he played this pawn move purely so I couldn't put my knight here. So I'll just develop my bishop and he pushes another pawn. At this point I just want a castle. And he pushes another pawn. I'll do the same by just pushing this pawn. And he pushes another pawn. At this point I don't really know what to play anymore because he blocked off all my moves. I can't push this pawn because he has 3 defenders and I only have 2. I cannot put my knight on either of these squares because they're all defended. So I have to find another move I can play here. Okay, I think I'm gonna play this move, wanting to play this move. And he moves the bishop to attack my knight. Now I will just take his bishop and he takes back. Now I can just move my knight out of the way and attack his pawn. So now he attacks my bishop. If I move my bishop out of the way, I think he's going to push this pawn and eventually try to trap my bishop. So I'm just gonna move it all the way to the back. And I think this way he won't be able to. Now he's attacking my knight and also pinning my queen. So I'm just gonna move my queen out of the way. He puts even more pressure on the knight, but I think he's also threatening bishop here for checkmate. So I will just move my knight here, so he won't be able to play this. Okay, this is not good guys. He's attacking my knight, but I think I can maybe just push this pawn and attack his bishop. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So if he takes my knight, I'm just going to take his bishop. Okay, so he took my pawn and now it's getting kind of dangerous. But I think I can just take it back and let him take it. And I'll just block with my queen. So that way I defend this pawn also. Okay, so he takes, I'll just take back with the king. And now he wants to take my pawn. He's actually attacking 2 of my pawns. So I'll just move in between them to defend both of my pawns. Now he moves his knight again. I think he wants to move his knight here to attack my king. But I'll just step out of the way and attack this pawn. Okay, so I think I could just take. Because if he takes, I'll just take back with my bishop. I will be attacking his rook and this pawn. I'll just take this. He takes back. So he is defending this pawn right now. And he's also attacking this pawn. So I'm just gonna attack his knight, hoping that he's gonna take this pawn. Oh, but I forgot that that I blocked my own rook in. So I'm just gonna play my bishop here. And now he's attacking my rook. But now I can just take his pawn and he won't be able to take my rook anymore. Okay, so he takes another pawn, attacking another rook. But first I'm just gonna check his king. Okay, that was a big mistake because he can just take my rook with his knight. Yeah, I'm definitely losing this game. I'm just gonna move my rook to this place. And hopefully he blunders, because I don't know what else to do. Okay, so first blunder. I can just take his knight and attacking his rook. So he blocks. And he's also attacking both of my bishops. Because if I move one out of the way, he will take the other one. So I will just move my bishop here. And if he takes this bishop, I'm just gonna take his rook. So he moves his rook out of the way. And he wants to trade rooks now. If I trade rooks, he will have an extra knight. So I'll just decline this trade and move my rook out of the way. And by doing that, I just blundered my bishop. Okay, so now I'm going to attack his rook and this pawn. And he moves his rook out of the way. So I'll just take the pawn. Okay, so he gives me a check. I'll just move out of the way. And he gives me another check. Okay, I think this is a checkmate, guys. Because I have no way to defend myself. If I put my king here, yeah, this is checkmate. Wait, what? Oh, of course, I can take. Oh, I completely forgot. But I'm still losing. I'll just try and take this pawn. I'm guessing he will go here. Okay, or there. Okay, I'll just take the pawn. Yeah, this is still completely losing, because I have to protect this pawn now, and he will just push his pawns. Okay, that was a mistake, because now I can just take his pawn, I think. Well, not exactly, because he's attacking my bishop. But I think if I just move my bishop, I'll just be able to take his pawn, because he won't be able to attack my pawn. Okay, so he moves out of the way, so I'll just take his pawn. Now he wants to grab this pawn, but I can just move it out of the way. Now he wants to get closer with his king, and I'm gonna do the same. So he gets closer again, and I'm just gonna push my pawn, giving him a check. Okay, so I can't move up because my bishop is undefended. So I'll just move my bishop to this square. So he pushes his pawn, and I'll do the same. Now he pins my bishop to my king. I'll just push my pawn again, and he's threatening to take my pawn, but I'll take his pawn back. Okay, this was a big mistake. Because if he knows how to checkmate a king with his rook, then the game will be over. So I'm just gonna pre-move everything. Well, I don't have pre-moves turned on. Yeah, I think he knows. Okay, he doesn't know. I don't think he knows how to checkmate. Okay, he just gave me his rook. Okay, nice, it's a draw. Okay, we'll do one more game. Okay, so I'm finally playing with the white pieces again. So I'll just start with e4. He plays e5 and I'm just gonna take his pawn with my knight, playing the Italian. Now he defends his pawn and I'm just gonna play my bishop to c4. Okay, I could go for the fried liver here, and I think I will do that because I don't think people in this elo range know the fried liver that well. Okay, so he plays the only move available. I take it. And if he takes back, it's a trap. Wow, he actually knows the whole theory of this line. So I'll just give him a check, and he's gonna block with a pawn. At least that's what he's supposed to do, and he doesn't do that. Because now his knight is trapped actually. So I'll just take his knight. Wait, I cannot trap his knight yet because my knight is under attack. So I have to move my knight first. So I'll move my knight to this square. Okay, so he moves his bishop, and now he wants to attack this pawn. I'll just attack his bishop and defend the pawn at the same time with my knight. Okay, so he was not careful, and now I can just trap his knight. Okay, I'm actually blind, guys, because he has a bishop covering my pawn. And his knight also isn't trapped, so I don't know what I'm doing. But at least I can trap his bishop. So I think his only move is to take the pawn and sacrifice his bishop, because I don't see any other way he's getting out of this. Yeah, so that's exactly what he does. So I'm just gonna take it, and he attacks my knight instead of taking my pawn. So I'll just move it back. And now he attacks my knight. I mean, he can just take, I don't really care, because my knight is being defended by another knight. So I'm just gonna push this pawn, and he moves out of the way. I think I'll just attack his knight with my queen. Okay, so he pushed the pawn to protect his knight. So I'm just gonna castle. Okay, and he does the same. So now I'm just gonna push this pawn, attacking his knight. And if he moves the knight, I can just take this pawn. Okay, so first he takes my knight. I'll just take back. Threading is good for me in this position, because I'm up a whole piece. Now he moves his knight, and I can just take his pawn. So he attacks me with the rook, and I'm just gonna pull back. So now he attacks my queen with the knight, and I'm just gonna push it one square forward, attacking his knight. Okay, now he moves his knight again, but it's free because I'm pinning it to his king. Now he has to be careful because I'm threatening checkmate. Okay, so he resigned. I'm now at 857 elo, and I'm glad I won at least one game, because the other game was really hard. So that was the video for today. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe.